Hello guys, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly oracle reading for the week of October 12th. Hoping this reading and this video finds you well. I am going to call in all the archangels, ascended masters, highest guides, creature teachers, light beings, loved ones in spirit. Come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we need to make this week rock. And let's face it, we really could use some rock right now. Whether that's rock for stability or rocking it out, we need it. So let's bring it on. This week I am pulling from one of my favorite decks, Yasmeen Westwood's Tarot of Enchanted Dreams. When I woke up this morning, this was the one that was talking to me. And I also just kind of did like a personal reading for myself with this tarot deck. So it's speaking to me and it's speaking to us. So let's see what the message is. Oh, I love it! The Empress. So this week our message is really about nurturing and self-care. When we think of the Empress, we think Mother Earth, we think Gaia, we think pregnant pause, getting ready to give birth. We think about the nurturing aspect of life, whether we're nurturing ourselves or nurturing others. You know, Gaia is the caregiver. Gaia is the supporter of our dreams, goals, and desires. And it's important for us all this week to really step into. You want to ask yourself the question, how can I nurture myself and how can I nurture others? It's really about nurturing this week in particular. And I feel like that's the really important message. From a work perspective, those of us who are working from home, I'm feeling that the guidance for you around the Empress is how can you step more fully into a space of creating. It feels like creating a new way of nurturing yourself. I'm hearing that there's a lot of, I want to say like redecorating or adding a splash of color to the office, shifting up the energy a little bit in the space in your home where you are working, where you are doing the most, I want to say thought-oriented actions. There's the word there's the phrase I'm looking for. Because I'm feeling that the energy of the environment that we are all in this week is being, I want to say, influenced by planetary stuff that's going on. And I'm a novice when it comes to astrology. You know, I'm more of I'm interested in it and I read up on it, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I certainly would not be an expert, and I don't know how to give you an astrology reading. But intuitively, what I'm tapping into right now is there's a lot going on the planetary level that is affecting what's going on in our current working environments. So pay attention to what you've got going on in your office. Maybe it's just, you know, you've got a chair in your office and you're going to shift the throw pillow from an orange to a blue. Maybe it's you're looking at the pictures in your office that you have and you're realizing that they're old or that you want to update them. It's definitely about making sure that the place that you're working in and the place that you are actively using your mind all the time, you're on all the time, it needs to be fresh. There needs to be something fresh in it. So moving the energy around, that's going to support that nurturing energy within you. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel in that space and that environment. And for some of you, it might be an actual move or shifting rooms, you know, saying this room is just it's not working for me. I'm not feeling creative. I'm not feeling motivated. I'm feeling exhausted and drained in this energy. Okay, maybe it's reshaping the room or moving the furniture around or shifting up the room. So pay attention to your working environment this week around that nurturing self-care. In relationships, I'm hearing that it's important for everyone to take a calmer approach. Be open to receiving. Be open to listening. I feel like everybody on this planet right now is in a state of, not birth, but in a state of pregnancy, carrying a new idea, carrying something new. It's happening because that's just the energy that we are in right now. So you want to make sure that you are in a space of receiving, whether it's receiving love, receiving guidance, receiving assistance from somebody, receiving the truth from someone. It's all part of helping that gestation, you know, helping the pregnancy of this new idea that's about to birth, or this new version of yourself that you are getting ready to give birth to, but it's still, you know, the bun's still in the oven. Pay attention to how you can nurture that through what it is that you are receiving and what it is that you are allowing into your space. Pay more attention to the listening than to the talking. It's about receiving over giving this week. And that doesn't mean, I mean, if the whole world actually did that and nobody gave and all we did was receive, how does that work, right? There's an ebb and flow. But here's what I'm going to say to you. When we receive, and we are receiving things that are helping us get our needs met, we are more inclined to give. It is more in our nature to want to give back and pay forward. So when you put the focus on receiving, the giving part naturally flows out. You don't have to put any effort really into it. It's a natural inspiration to want to do it. It's a natural impulse. So keep that in mind, especially around relationships. I love this. And this card, she's got a big heart in her solar plexus. And what I'm feeling here is the message for us is that the shifting of the energy that we're stepping into is our heart energy is becoming our identity. Solar plexus is our personal power, identity, mastery, co-creation. Our heart space, us tapping into our heart space, this is being open to receiving and then giving. We can do this all from the heart-centered space. This is shifting our identity out of that, you know, monkey mind or that ego-driven, mind-driven identity and stepping more into that heart-spaced identity. Interesting food for thought. All right. Oh, I am feeling yours truly's deck, Feathers of Wisdom. That one jumped right out at me. Holy cannoli. So it's going to have a nice complimentary message. Let's see what we get. No. Okay. Oh, I love it. Angel, look for the signs. This makes so much sense with this receiving. So if you're a person who has a difficult time receiving, you know, I have the birds of a feather flock together because I'm empathic. I have a lot of empathic clients, a lot of empathic people who I connect with and connect with me. And oftentimes we have a difficult time receiving because we are always in that giving mode, feeling like we always have to be on, we always have to be helping, we always have to be, you know, jumping. When someone says jump, we say how high, and we jump and we try to exceed that sometimes. And what I'm feeling here is with this being open to receive and allow the universal guidance to flow through you and the universal steps to flow through you, this is saying be open to the signs. When you are open to receiving, the angels are going to come in and they're going to show you what it is that is the next step. Receiving the guidance so that you'll know then how to move forward and enact the guidance that you are receiving, to enact those next steps that you're being offered, being presented. And it's always a choice. Look for the signs. So there's an action in this look word, right? I mean, it's a verb. So you want to be starting your day every day and saying, okay, universe, let's make it a game today. Here's what I've got on my list of things to do. Here's how I'd like to, you know, receive. Maybe there are some fun things that I'd like to receive some guidance on, but I'm not going to micromanage the universe. I'm not going to micromanage my dream team and tell them the sort of the how and the when. I'm going to say, all right, I have put out there my needs and my wants and my wishes today, and now I'm going to go out into the world and I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to interact with the people that I'm interacting with and check off my to-do list, always with my eyes wide open, looking for, because you believe that it's going to come to you. You believe in the signs. You believe in the magic. So you're anticipating it, and that's when it's going to show up. So make it a game. Make it fun. One of the things I always like to do is when I go on a walk, I always ask for a feather. Always ask for a feather. And it never fails. Either it comes in the form of a bird that crosses my path, comes over and says hi, or there's a feather that actually lands in my path, or I'm walking over something and there's a bird's nest that pops up. Sometimes it's a car that goes by, or a truck that goes by, and suddenly there is a feather in the logo. So be open. When you are open to receiving and you believe that it's a foregone conclusion, this is absolutely going to happen, I'm going to receive those signs and I'm looking for it, it's going to show up. So I want to say to you, and this is a word I don't use lightly, I prefer trust to faith, but I'm hearing that the word that I need to say is have faith in the fact that when you're asking for something, you're going to receive it. But you gotta keep those peepers wide open in order to be able to see it, so that you don't miss the message. You don't miss the gift that you've asked for. All right, let's dive on in. I just love my feather jar. I get so excited every time I get to pull from it. Emotional awareness on a beautiful blue feather. Love this. So I'm actually drawn to the blue color, and I want to talk about throat chakra. Finding your truth, speaking your truth, learning to communicate it in a creative way. When we're talking about being open to receiving and looking for the signs, because our dream teams, specifically our angels, want to come in and help us, it's important that we ask for the help. We ask for the guidance. We use our voices to verbalize our needs, whether that's talking to our dream team or talking to, the people that we interact with on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes that's even talking to yourself out loud. I do that all the time. In the grocery store, people think I'm a nut job, but oh well, I don't care. I feel like it's important to speak it out. And I'm hearing that this week, this has nothing to do with the emotional awareness, I'm hearing that this week it's about the verbal resonance. So when you are speaking it, pay attention to the words that you're speaking. Pay attention to what it is that you're asking for and how you're asking for it. Are you asking for it with strength and conviction that it's yours and it's going to come? Or are you asking for it with a kind of a weak, I don't know if I really deserve this, but I'm going to ask for it anyway, and I'm going to kind of cross my fingers and hope that it's going to come. It's all in the vibration of what you're putting out there. And to speak a little bit about emotional awareness with this feather, the emotional awareness is connected to, everything is connected. We're trying to really bring together body, mind, and spirit all as one, because for so many years we have been taught to compartmentalize. Everything is different, everything is separate. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We can't cut out the spiritual. We can. We've been doing it for a long time. This is the time to incorporate the spiritual into the day-to-day. There's a saying out there, Buddha, I think it was Buddhist or Taoist, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. It's the same thing. We need to incorporate all of these things. And so when you are speaking your truth, when you are verbalizing what you need, and that energy and resonance is going out there, it's connecting to your emotional body, your emotional feelings, your emotional state and level and layers, and that's helping to bring everything together. The emotional awareness comes when you're receiving the signs that you've asked for. You're going to be happy about it, and you're going to go, oh my God, this shit really works. I can't even believe it. And you feel it in your body, and that creates, that contributes, that's the word I'm looking for, that contributes to your emotional awareness of, oh, I asked for something and I got it. I'm feeling good about that. How can I make more of that? My power, I'm empowered to bring to myself what it is that I need that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. And if I don't feel good about it, what part did I play? How did I bring that to myself? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's just brought to you because it's an opportunity for you to learn a lesson. But oftentimes it is our thoughts that play a role in what we're bringing to ourselves. So, interesting message about emotional awareness that's really about sound vibration. Hoping you liked what you see here today. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. I also have a Facebook page, The Black Feather Intuitive, and please feel free to check out my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com. I have so many freebies on there, so many interesting things. If you're an angel person, I have so many blogs on the different angels, and I also wrote a book and created a course called the Archangel Experiment. So if you are an angel person, or you're just opening up to that, or you're curious about that, you know, feel free to check those things out. The course is a great way to explore with somebody else, with me, you know, explore together the experience of, you know, who is this archangel to me? And the book is a great way for you to explore that on your own, in your own way, in your own pace. There's a whole bunch of different experiments for you to try out. And there are 30, gosh, I think there's like 39 guided meditations that are recorded for you. So when you buy the book, you have access to all of those guided meditations. Speaking of listening and sound healing and vibration, I know when I'm working on my self-awareness and I'm working on my my energetic up-leveling, when I'm doing a guided meditation, there's no point in reading it in the book. You want to be able to, you know, put it in and sink in and listen to it. So created a bunch of those for you to be able to have the whole experience rather than having to, you know, read a line and then come out and read the line again. There's nothing worse. So if you're looking for a little bit of guidance around that with the archangels and wanting to connect with your angelic realm more deeply, check out the Archangel Experiment. Elevating Your Relationship with the Divine is the book, and the course is the Archangel Experiment and Awareness Journey. Blah, 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 blah. Take care, guys. Have the most amazing week, and we will see you next time.